Hi, this is Anagha Mutkal. Audio levels are important for creating and maintaining a professional sound quality, and also to avoid unpleasant volume changes. In this episode, we will be exploring dynamics and compression, and also check out in detail the built-in dynamics in the mixer of Davinci Resolve Fairlight page. So let's take a tour of some of the important terms and parameters and start with what are dynamics in audio production. Dynamics refers to the changes in volume or intensity of a sound as it progresses over time. These changes play a crucial role in shaping our perception and experience of sound. When we talk about dynamic range, we are referring to the contrast between the loudest and the quietest part of the audio signal. If the difference is significant, we call it a wide dynamic range, and if it's minimal, we call it a narrow dynamic range. It's essential to manage dynamic range to ensure that all parts of the audio signal are audible and to avoid distortion and clipping caused by loud peaks. Let's first discuss compression. At the most basic level, compression reduces the dynamic range of an audio signal by attenuating the volume of the louder parts while keeping the quieter parts unaffected, thereby creating a more leveled sound. Audio compression in some form or another has been around for a long time. Back in the early days of recording, engineers used techniques like manually riding faders to control the volume of different parts of a performance. And to this day, we use automation to ensure that volume levels and effects are appropriately adjusted. But the compressor not just reduces the dynamic range, it also dynamically alters the shape and sound of an audio signal. It can be used to add emphasis on certain parts of the mix or glue a mix together and add sonic flavor to a recording. The basic circuit of a compressor involves an amplifier and a peak detector. Here's how the basic compressor circuit works. The audio signal is fed into the compressor circuit. The peak detector continuously monitors the signal to detect its peak level. When the signal exceeds a certain threshold set by the user, the compressor kicks in. The amplifier then reduces the gain of the signal, effectively compressing its dynamic range. Now let's check out the parameters common to most compressors. Threshold sets the level at which the compression begins, and any audio signal that exceeds the threshold level will be affected by the compressor, leaving rest of the sound unaffected. So there will be no gain reduction until we set the ratio. The ratio is basically how much the compressor reduces the loudest sounds. If you have a ratio of 1:1, there is no compression. But if you have a ratio of 2:1, the sound has to be 2 dB louder than the threshold to increase by 1 dB after compression. The higher the compression ratio, more the compression, and more it limits the audio signal. A tach controls how quickly the compressor starts to work and reduces the volume. It is measured in milliseconds. A fast attack time means the compressor responds faster to sudden increase in volume, whereas a slower attack time allows more of the initial peak of the signal to pass through uncompressed before the compression takes effect. Release determines how quickly the compressor lets the volume return to normal once the volume falls back beneath the threshold. Knee basically controls how the compression curve behaves around the threshold. A hard knee means the compression kicks in suddenly, while a soft knee results in a more smoother and gradual compression. A makeup gain is used to boost the compressed signal back to an appropriate level, as compression reduces the overall level of the signal. So now let's talk about expander. Expander works in the opposite direction of the compressor. It increases the dynamic range of an audio signal by reducing the level of signal below a certain threshold. So in this example, the threshold is set at -18 for the compressor and -36 for the expander. The compressor attenuates the audio signal above the threshold, thereby reducing the dynamic range. Expander expands the dynamic range depending on where you set the threshold. In doing so, it also gently reduces the noise flow. When we apply the makeup gain, the noise flow increases as the gain increases, which does not happen in the case of expander. This is the original dynamic range. As you can see, the compressor has reduced the dynamic range from the original, whereas the expander has increased the dynamic range. What are limiters? Limiters are a type of compression that is applied with a very high compression ratio. There are several types of limiters commonly used in audio production. I'll explain peak limiters and the brick wall. Peak limiters are designed to catch and limit sudden peaks in an audio signal. A brick wall limiter is a type of limiter with an extremely high ratio. It is designed to create a hard brick wall at the set threshold, ensuring that no part of the audio signal exceeds that level. Now let's discuss gate. Gate allows signal above a threshold to pass through. Any audio signal below the threshold is effectively reduced to inaudible levels. Let me give you an example. So right now I am speaking directly into my mic. As you can see, the input signal right here. So my loudest part is roughly reaching around minus 9 dBs or so, and my average should be roughly around minus 18. And if I stop talking, you can see where the noise flow sits. Now I will activate the gate. So the noise floor is roughly around minus 60 to minus 55. Now let's just set the threshold. I'll just pull the threshold just above the noise floor. And once I do that, you can see the gate is getting activated. So anything below the threshold is getting attenuated, and anything above the threshold is allowed to pass. So my basic dialogue is above the threshold. I'll set the release to roughly around 100 ms. An attack at maybe 1 or 2 ms. So as you can see that as I speak, the gate opens and closes. Gate should be used wisely and the parameters adjusted carefully to avoid intruding on vocals and instruments. In Davinci Resolve Fairlight page, you can use a variety of dynamic processing tools to manipulate audio. Each mixer channel strip has a built-in dynamic processor. Let me select the track, and first I will explain this order. This sets the signal flow. So, FX is the insert effects, DY is the built-in dynamics, and EQ is the EQ module. This allows us to change the order of effects, and one can choose from various routing combinations of what will be processed first in the signal chain. Now let's check the built-in dynamics. And let me first explain this part. This is the input signal, and this is the gain reduction meter for expander, gate, compressor, and limiter. This is the makeup gain. Compression reduces the overall level of the signal, so it is used to boost the compressed signal back to an appropriate level. This shows the output signal level after using the dynamics modules. And this is the sidechain input. So let's play. So now this is the dynamics graph. These green balls show the effect of these on the signal as it moves above or below the threshold. And you see these straight lines? These indicate the output level. And over here, these are the input signal levels. For instance, let me apply the limiter. You can see the output level has reduced in contrast to the input levels. Now let's come to this part over here. We have these three modules: expander, gate, compressor, and limiter. Let's start with expander and gate. You can either use expander or gate. They are useful in reducing background and low-level noise and only affect the signal below the threshold. Okay, so let me just reduce this for now, and I will range select a quiet part to only hear the noise flow. And this is our noise flow level, somewhere around here. This is the threshold line. I'll set the threshold just above this level. Ratio determines how much the signal is attenuated. Range sets the maximum amount of gain reduction that will be applied, and it is affected by both threshold and ratio. So pay attention to the gain reduction meter as I increase the range. You can also see the reduction in the noise level from the output signal as we adjust our parameters. Okay, so before I set these, let me remove the range selection and play the whole audio.
शनाश दुविधा में ग्रस्त सी वो गाड़ी के निकट ही खड़ी रही.
So attack controls how quickly the expander works. This is a fast attack and this is a slow attack. Hold determines how long the expander stays open after the input falls below the threshold. I'll set this around 80 to avoid any kind of pumping effect. Release adjusts how quickly or slowly the expander will return the signal to its original level after it falls below the threshold.
क्यों? उसे बुरा क्यों लगा?
So let's listen.
कहीं वो स्वयं हीनता ग्रंथि से पीड़ित तो नहीं? हो सकता है उक्त महिला ने निष्प्रयोजन ही डिब्बे के भीतर
It's not going to intrude on the vocals because it's going to affect everything below the threshold. And this is where our vocals lie. Now let's switch to gate. And you can already tell the difference in the graph. Every other control is the same. The only thing is that ratio does not function for gate. We can only use the range controls, which determines the maximum level of gain reduction that will be applied. Let me show the difference that ratio makes. I will bounce these tracks and send them to isotope RX. Let's switch to the expander again. To bounce it, let's go to timeline and bounce mix to tracks. And let me bounce it on a new track. Now I'll bounce this track again, this time with gate and with the same settings, only we don't have the ratio activated. Let's mute this track and then go to timeline, bounce mix to track on a new track. So now we have 3 tracks. The first one is the original, the second one is the expander, and the third is gate. I'll send each of these to an external audio processor and isotope RX10. So this is our original. This is what the expander has done. And this is what gate has done. Do you see the difference? Because of the ratio parameters, it has not fully clamped down on the background noise, which one can see in gate. So this is the difference between expander and gate. Apart from the fact that expander also increases the dynamic range in process of reducing the noise level, they both are useful in reducing low-level noises. Now let's check compressor and limiter. This is a threshold line. Only the audio signal that exceeds the threshold will be affected. Ratio determines the ratio of gain reduction once signal exceeds the threshold line. Knee affects the slope of the threshold point. Pay attention to this. This is hard knee and this is softer knee for a more smoother compression effect. Attack determines how quickly the compressor starts to attenuate the loud peaks once it exceeds the threshold, while release controls how quickly the volume returns to the original input level after it falls below the threshold. Hold sets how long the initial attenuation is maintained before the release. Now let's play, and I'll set the parameters as required for this dialogue. I'll set the threshold somewhere around -15, and I'll keep the ratio to 2:1. Let's add a slightly softer knee. I'll set a fast attack and a slightly slower release of around 100 ms.
कि अब उन्हें भी फुटपाती कपड़ों का रोग लग गया है, भले वो लिंकिंग रोड के फुटपाथ हो या फिर फैशन स्ट्रीट के। क्षणाश दुविधा में ग्रस्त सी।
Okay, I want a slight compression. I only want the peaks to be attenuated for this dialogue. Looking at the input level, I'll slightly increase the gain to match the output level with the input level. Okay, now let's check mix control. And pay attention to this meter. When the mix is on 100, no gain reduction is happening. That's the original uncompressed signal. And 0 means a compressed signal. Mix can be used for parallel compression between the compressed and the original signal. Parallel compression involves blending a heavily compressed signal with a dry signal to retain the dynamics of the original. I'll come to sidechain later. For now, let's quickly check the limiter. It's not a brick wall limiter, which means that there is no hard limiting of peaks, so some peaks may go over the set limit threshold. This is the limiter threshold line. These settings are the same as the compressor, so I'll set the threshold.
उसे बुरा क्यों लगा? प्रश्न मन को उदास कर गया। कहीं वो स्वयं, उसने सोचा, चलते समय उसने उन भद्र महिला के प्रति ठीक से आभार प्रदर्शन तक नहीं किया। संयोग से वह खिड़की की ओर देख रही होंगी तो विनीत हो एक बार पुनः हाथ जोड़ आभार व्यक्त कर देगी। आश्चर्य हुआ, वे सचमुच खिड़की की ओर देख रही थीं।
Now let's bounce this to a new track. Somewhere around here is the threshold line. As you can see, it has attenuated the peak and created a more level sound, leaving the audio signals below the threshold unaffected. So that was built-in dynamics. Now let's check out sidechain compression. This technique involves using level of one signal to control the compression of another signal. It is also synonymous with automatic ducking. I will explain this with two examples. Sidechain can be applied to any track or bus. This is the dialogue track and this is the music track. Let's first listen.
40 रुपए में 4 मीटर वाले सस्ते और किफ़ायती दादर के फुटपाती कपड़ों से सिले गए उसकी मामूली सी सलवार कमीज को देख.
We want the music track to be compressed when the dialogue kicks in without the need for manual volume adjustments. So let's open the dynamic module and in the source track, we will add dialogue. Now let's enable the sidechain signal input by clicking the sidechain button. The listen button allows you to verify that the right signal is being heard.
दादर के फुटपाती कपड़ों से सिले गए उसकी मामूली सी सलवार कमीज.
Now I'll set my threshold, ratio and other parameters.
हो सकता है उक्त महिला ने निष्प्रयोजनी डिब्बे के भीतर देखा हो. सही डिब्बे में चढ़ने की तसल्ली करने का ही उपक्रम हो रहा हो वो. उसके कपड़े इतने गए गुजरे भी नहीं और फिर वो अपने तबके की युवा पीढ़ी की पसंद से भी तो भली भांति विज्ञ होंगी.
So whenever the dialogue kicks in, you can see that it is compressing the music track. Sidechain can also be used to achieve a variety of effects, like in EDM to create a rhythmic pumping effect. For instance, the kick drum will trigger compression, modulating the volume of the synth track in time with the beat. Now let's open the dynamics. I have already set the parameters. In the source, I have selected kick. So let's listen as I toggle the on-off button. In addition to real-time audio processing, one can also automate each parameters of the built-in dynamics. To set this, let's first enable the automation and click the automation control button. Make sure that the automation is on right. And in the enable section, for demonstration purpose, I will enable compressor, gate and limiter. Now from the mixer, enable the automation for that particular track or bus. As you can see, the knobs have turned red, which means it can now be automated. From the automation view menu, I'll select threshold so that you can see the automation happening. Here I am purposefully exaggerating the parameters just to show you. You can automate each knob. Right now, you cannot see the other parameters being adjusted as the view is set to threshold. And it will continue to automate even if these settings are off. Let's change the view to ratio and you can see it has been automated. So dynamics processing can have a significant impact on how loud a piece of music or recording sounds to us, as well as the emotional response it evokes. So that's all for this episode. For now, take care, bye, and see you next time.